Good evening, everyone. How's everybody doing in the chat right here on NY Yankee Mania? As you can see, we have Evan, new play-by-play man in the stream. Thank you, Evan. And everyone, again, welcome. We know it's a slow night in Yankee land, but we wanted to say hello and let everybody know that we're getting ready for a nice three-game series with the Cardinals this upcoming weekend. Hopefully, it'll be a good one. There is some decent news at Yankee Land, which we will talk about in a couple of minutes. First off, I want to personally thank Evan and Nathan, if hopefully he's listening, for their great work with us, with Katerina Mizio this afternoon. Our stream was compromised. A lot of things happened in the stream. I was completely down on it. Everything just went wrong, but they came to the rescue, and the stream went on. Katerina called me this afternoon, and she said, by all means, she's going to come back, and we're going to have another wonderful stream. And she thanks everybody for the questions, and I thank everybody for the questions. Like I said, I apologize for everything that went on, and it's, finally it's over with and we can move on. But thankfully for Evan and of course for Nathan for coming through for us. So thank you. I want to say hello to everybody in the chat so far. You have Katie. How you doing, Katie? John Hop, how you doing? Jose's here. Thank you for everybody hopping on. We have Bob Rizzo in the chat. John Ferrazzo, how you doing? Kevin, Teresa, PG, how you doing, PG? You're new. Thank you for your help, and thank you for giving the show a listen. I appreciate it. You're a big help with the Spectrum app today, and I really appreciate it. Thank you. And I know you're working and you really can't stay on too long, but thanks again for you and the crew to help us out to see what was going on. Anna, how are you? Good evening. Good to see you again. And, I'm just grateful that we have a great staff here and a great stream. And she loved your questions, and we're going to do it again real soon. Real soon. We're changing a few things, and it'll come back. So, but I do want to say to everybody, please subscribe to the channel. We'd really appreciate it. Press the like button. Again, actually, it went up again to 35% that are watching the whole stream and not subscribing. So I would really appreciate if you guys would just leave that part of the stream, come in and definitely subscribe. We'd really appreciate that. Thank you for your help, and let's go. Subscribe to the channel, please. We have a lot of good stuff coming tomorrow at 9 p.m. Listen to me. Tomorrow at 4 p.m. we have former Major League player Jason Michaels, who made a lot of his hoopla with the Philadelphia Phillies. That's courtesy of Nitin Sports Rush, and we will definitely have that tomorrow. So we're looking forward to that. Let's bring up another co-host of our show here again, swinging for the fences, and here he is, man. How you doing?
Here.
Welcome back to the stream.
Joe, Evan, Chad, how are we doing tonight?
Much better.
Well, how was the stream?
Better.
How was the stream a little earlier?
It was fun. It was fun.
Well,
I know
yeah, it
Joe
was.
had a couple of problems, but overall, me and Nathan saved the day. We came on, and we did the best we could. I actually took a filmmaking class back in high school, so I knew a little bit about it. But she did a great job, and she just went on with her stories, and it was a lot of fun listening to her. So it was a lot of fun. Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
Again, I really appreciate it. Guys, we do have a few scores, some of importance. Let's see. The Guardians lead the Marlins 6-4 now in the bottom of the
Yeah.
seventh, and are definitely looking for more because they have first and third and one out. The Mets lead the Braves 3-2, top of the eighth. The Twins and the Tigers are tied 3-3, top of the eighth. The Diamondbacks 3-0 over the Rockies, top two. Finals, the Mariners lost to the Orioles 5-3. The Blue Jays beat the Cubs 2-1. And the Nationals beat the Philadelphia Phillies 3-2. So that is your scoreboard as of tonight. And, of course, tomorrow the Yankees get back to business as they play the Cardinals in St. Louis. So a lot's starting to happen. Guys, we did hear some news that Ryan Yarborough and Fernando Cruz will be doing rehabbing starting tomorrow at AAA and AA, and that's big news for the Yankees. Paul G is hoping to avoid the IL. They're doing everything possible so he doesn't have to go there, and then the Yankees have to make more changes. So we're really hoping that will not happen, and Paul G stays on the roster. So George and Evan, give us your impressions. We weren't too thrilled with how the Yankees played yesterday. Did you feel the same way that a lot of people felt, that they really played uninspired baseball?
I mean, Cam Schlidler looked really inspired to me. I mean, he looked
Right.
great. He dazzled strong. But in terms of just the offense, it looked a little lackadaisical, I think is a good word. Just coming through clutch just wasn't there. Couldn't get the right at bats together. Couldn't get the clutchness together. No one could find the big hit, which was a real issue. Giancarlo Stanton, though, continues to rake, which is good to see. Cody Bellinger continues to keep the momentum riding. But besides that, man, all the other hitters just looked out of it. I mean, Joe Ryan, he's a psycho. He was on his A game, though. So he's a really good pitcher. Like I said, I was expecting this kind of performance from him, but it's just hard to get it together, man. It was hard to watch, but the bright side is they won 2 out of 3 against Minnesota, put together a few good at bats. Stanton is really locked in. He really is locked in. And let's just hope we get a few more against St. Louis.
Okay, yeah. And Evan, your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree. Cam Schlitler looked great yesterday. I think we thought he should have stayed in for about another inning, maybe a little bit less, but we shouldn't have put in De Los Santos in that situation. And as far as the offense goes, I mean, as usual, Cody Bellinger gives us a home run. But at the end of the day, we get guys on base, we don't capitalize, we don't get them in. It's going to cost us.
I think people are saying Jones was called up. I think Katie actually just said that
It's not true.
Spencer Jones was called up.
Yeah, I don't think he was.
Uh,
Unless
No,
it just came
we
out.
haven't heard anything about that yet. That would have been some breaking news. Hi, Jonathan. Welcome. There's no news on that. Spencer Jones has not been called up at this point, guys.
yeah, no more fake news, guys.
Yeah. Let's see, Richard. Sometimes it's not about that the Yankees give credit where credit is due. The Twins had their ace on the mound yesterday. I totally understand that, Richard, but we're looking on the point of the Yankees. The Yankees have had so far a disappointing season, and we were thinking that it's time for them to grow and start moving along. I understand. I'm not saying, we're not looking at the point that, yeah, he pitched a great game. The Yankees are steamrolling, and Minnesota has nothing to play for at all, but the Yankees do. and we're all thinking they're going to go in there, and we're used to, let's say, a sweep or something. So it's not like we're not giving them credit. We're all looking for the Yankees to get over the hump, and that's why we're rah-rahing the team at this point. So yeah, I'm sorry if you take offense that you think we didn't. It's not giving him credit. No, we're not giving the Yankees credit because of the fact that we needed a sweep, and they didn't do it. And all the things that are wrong with the Yankees for most of the year reared his ugly's head yesterday, and that's what we're talking about.
Yeah,
you guys agree?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like we're not giving kudos to the guy. It's that we're thinking and hoping that the Yankees would sweep them somehow. In the older days, the Yankees would beat these great pitchers. It may not be 10-1, but they would win, 3-2, 4-3, 5-3, something like that. They're not doing it this year. So there's a lot to take in effect. I expect Jones to come up in September, according to Jonathan. Richard says, I do get it, but any baseball person will tell you good pitching will stop him. Of course, hoping that pitcher is off. But if he's not, then it's a race. It's very difficult, but not impossible. You're right. You're absolutely right. We're looking at it from a Yankee standpoint and Yankee fans.
Yeah.
And I got news for you. I was listening to Michael Kay show a little while ago, and he said the same thing. He said, and he questioned Aaron Boone's why he brought in De Los Santos when you have a totally rested bullpen.
Yeah, I would have brought in Weaver.
You could have gone to anybody. The Weaver is better than De Los Santos.
And we know Michael Kay doesn't do that very often. So for him to do that, especially, is saying something.
Yeah, I mean, he said he had a rested bullpen. Why would he, and he was adamant about it. He turned around and he balked at it. And another thing that he said that I found very interesting, he mentioned Clint Frazier, and he clearly said Clint Frazier knows more than any one of us. We could speculate, and he says even way more than me. He's in the locker room every day, and he turned around and he said the truth. He said that Boone gets the lineup, and then they come from upstairs and give him a lineup. Yeah, he's got freedom, but God forbid he does a wrong move, he's going to hear it.
You're going to question him. Yep.
He's going to hear it. And that never happened in the olden days. That never happened in the olden days. So any one of you, and he said it himself, if you want Boone out, okay, you're going to get the same thing. It doesn't matter. It could be anybody. It could be Don Mattingly. They're going to do the same thing. They believe that they're doing right. And most of the time they're right, some of the time, but not all the time. The problem with the Yankees is they don't admit that they're wrong. That's it. It's that way or the highway. But like Clint Frazier said, there's no way in heck, you better believe that any manager right now is going to get the same thing. The minute he has a lineup in front of him that he puts together, upstairs comes downstairs with their lineup. Now you put it together. And that's analytics. And that's the truth. Now, you either you want to believe it or not, that's up to you. I believe it. I've seen it. Now, everybody said, now, another thing that I took out of that, like everybody says, well, maybe the Yankees shouldn't make the playoffs. Okay. Do you really think that they're going to do a big overhaul No, guys, they're not. They may fire the manager. They may make a trade or two, but they are not. Get it out of your heads. Steinbrenner doesn't roll that way.
Yeah.
It will not happen. So to say a team that ended up a few games of winning the World Series and one of the last two teams standing, you want to accept not getting in the playoffs just to get rid of your manager. Because who are you going to get rid of? Let's discuss it. Paul G. Okay, he's going to retire. And we're going to bring up, while we're doing this, we'll also bring up and say hello to another co-host here, Sean Browning. Sean, welcome to the stream.
What's up, Sean?
Hey, how's it going?
Sean.
How you doing? Okay, so
I'm all right.
Paul G, okay? He's going to be replaced more than likely. You're not gonna get rid of your second baseman. Are we agree upon that?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, George, do you agree?
Yeah.
Sean, do you agree?
Oh yeah, I mean, we traded for Jazz. We're not gonna let him just walk.
Okay. Shortstop. And we'll get all around. Let's go around the bases. Shortstop. In my opinion, they are not getting rid of Anthony Volpe under no circumstance. What do you believe?
No, not
Anyone,
in the near future. Not
What
in
was
the
that?
near future.
Okay. George, what do you believe?
Yeah, I think they're going to still invest in Volpe, and I don't hate that move at all, the way he's hitting. I say this so many times. I'll take a 260 Volpe with 25 homers, with 80 RBIs, with 25, 30 stolen bases. I'll take that. That's his ceiling, and I think he could reach that. He just gets in his head a little bit. It's just mental errors. So I don't hate them going forward with Volpe. I think they can improve elsewhere around the diamond. So I'm fine with them keeping Volpe, and I think that is what they're going to do.
Okay. McMahon.
Yeah.
I'm
Big
sorry.
game. Well, no, I was just gonna say with Volpe, as much as Cashman doubled down on bringing him up, and they gave him the thing, and from the way that Cashman's acting, his intent is to have the shortstop homegrown.
Okay.
More than because remember we got stopgap shortstops in between when Jeter retired. Didi went elsewhere. And in between Didi and Volpe, it was stopgap shortstops.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay.
And then we passed on Korea, and we passed on other elite shortstops, so to speak, in their prime, to bring up Volpe.
Okay.
So you get what I'm saying?
Sean, we're going to go into all of that right now. My main questions to you guys, we're going to dissect it, and I appreciate that. So hold the thought just for a minute. Third base, McMahon. Does McMahon come back or not, guys?
I
He comes back.
I think he comes back.
He comes back. Evan,
I believe he does come back. Yep.
Sean.
Yeah, he does. He's uncontrollable ears.
Okay. Right field. You think your right field is coming back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say it's a
Okay.
pretty good chance.
Okay, so here's one of the things. I'm hearing whispers that they really would like to keep Trent Grissom. Believe it or not, that's what I'm hearing. But there's also Cody Bellinger. Out of
You
the
have to
two,
re-sign
if
Bellinger.
If you have one, who would you take?
Bellinger.
Belly,
Bellinger.
and Sean? Belly. Okay. So all right, and Dominguez in left field. Do you trade him or do you keep him?
There's not much to trade for. That's the problem. Like, I mean, if you would you trade for like a third baseman with Dominguez? Because I don't think you need a starter with Cole coming back next year. You don't really need a bull. I mean, I don't know if you're really going to get a bullpen arm to the value of Jason Dominguez. All of them are already gone. So I don't know what you would do with trading Dominguez. You would probably need him for an infielder. That would be, I guess, the target, but I doubt that would happen. It just doesn't make too much sense.
Okay, so that's my point. The guy, everyone, you think if the Yankees don't make the playoffs, this big overhaul is going to happen? No, it's not going to happen, guys. Steinbrenner doesn't do things like that. You've got most of your 2026 Yankees right now on this team. So live with it. You're going to change your first baseman. Maybe if they really dissect it, Austin Wells might be replaced. But who do you go to? Who do you go to?
Jose Trevino.
No,
Are you kidding? He's 3 years older than when he left.
yeah, but
He's short. He's got shortcomings. I wouldn't do that.
Trevino.
but there's really not
I don't like that.
there's really not an available catcher that really. There's not too many well-rounded catchers. Let me put it that way in the league that are available. You know,
Exactly. Okay. But so here's my point. My point is, like I've been hearing like crazy, where is the overhaul? The pitching staff's going to stay just about the same. With one exception, you're going to get Garrett Cole back. So, like Michael Kay said, and I don't agree with them half the time, but I agree with them here. Don't wish that they don't make the playoffs because it doesn't matter. If Boone is going to go, he's going to go. If this one's going to go, he's going to go. Rather you make the playoffs or you don't. And in the Yankee fans' eyes, if Boone doesn't win the World Series, the Yankees don't win the World Series, they're not coming. He's not coming back. But that's not the point. It's not that simple with who runs the Yankees. We have Jonathan, the man of information. As I told you tonight, guys, we were going to have a nice talk all about the Yankees and an update. Jonathan, welcome back.
I wanted to just clear the air about Jones. Jones, don't expect him until September at the earliest. First of all, he's not on the 40-man. He's not on the 40-man. So you have to make room for the 40-man. How you can make room on the 40-man? Assuming Goldschmidt is injured and is gone for the rest of the year. I've been.
He's not even on the IL though.
He's hurt. He's been injured, I've been waiting for any updates, and I haven't heard any updates.
Do you guys think they put him on the IL? Because the rumor right now is that they try to work through it without going on the IL.
I've been looking all day for updates, and they haven't said anything. Nothing. So the only way you get Spencer Jones, I honestly don't see him up before September unless it's an injury replacement. And the other thing is, if he has 130 at bats, he loses his rookie status.
right.
The Yankees are not going to take that chance of him getting 130 at bats. That's why I don't think he would become up before September, if at all, this year.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well,
either way, I don't see this team is not Spencer Jones away from a World Series. If they were Spencer Jones away from the World Series, we would see Spencer Jones on this team right now. This team is an injured team. It's an incomplete team because we lost 60% of our starting rotation.
At 30% of our bullpen.
Yes. We lost a lot of major. We lost the potential with Heel, Schmidt, and Cole. That's potentially 60 wins, 55 to 60 wins right there.
Okay. Jones says, I'm a little leery of giving Grissom a long-term contract after a career year. I'm not convinced he reproduces this type of season.
I would give him a 2-0.
I agree with you, Joan. I'm just telling you what I'm hearing, and they
Let
they
me
are
replace
thinking
John.
about keeping him.
Yeah.
What is John Happ saying? Let me replace Jonathan. I came here to just clean up the air. I can leave in a few minutes.
John, guys, don't look at the stream. I'll take care of that. Don't worry about that. It's okay. I will take care of it. Anyway, you're part of the show, so they don't like it, they move on. That's
No
it.
one can replace Jonathan.
Nobody's going to
Yeah.
replace Jonathan. He's the master of information. Period. Let's see. Joe, if it were up to the fans, the Yankees would be a winning team. But management is looking at the dollars if they make a mistake. They don't care as long as the team makes money. You don't think that you don't think that Hal Steinbrenner wants to win a World Series as bad as his dad? Well, then you're just not watching.
That probably adds to it.
Well,
The
and
family pedigree.
yeah, here's the thing. Hal is a big legacy man. You notice when Hal talks, when you sit down and hear him in interviews, how he talks, family legacy, Yankees legacy, all that stuff's important to him.
And the Ultra Cowboy said the right thing. If hit the like button if Boone stinks. That's one way to get you guys to press the like button, and it's one way to get you guys to subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Now I'll really know what you guys think. Ultra, that was awesome. Didn't think of that, man. That's really cool. So hit the subscribe button if you think Boone is a lousy manager. How's that?
I'm gonna hit 500 by the end of tonight.
What?
Gonna hit 500 by the end of the tonight, Joe.
Murakami. Yeah. There's been a lot of talk about the Yankees possibly getting Murakami. The only problem with that is he doesn't really have a position.
You can play first.
Well, here's the thing.
And
And then, we got a good problem in our hands, and he wears number 22. But he plays three positions:
Mm-hmm.
catching, first base, and DH.
He can catch.
Ben Rice. No, Murakami's only first base, third base guy.
Okay.
But I'm talking about Ben Rice for next year. I see him as possibly being like one of. If we don't have him yet as a catcher next year, he'll probably majority of games at first.
I don't hate the Murakami idea at all. I'll be honest with you guys.
Well, the
If-
Mets already sent someone to go watch him, but we don't need another strikeout artist in the lineup.
I'll just say this,
He's a
Joe.
big power hitter.
The
Yeah.
Yankees have wanted this guy for about 2 years now. I believe it was Jack Curry who said this is the best kept secret in baseball that all the Yankees are looking into right now in terms of international free agents is Murakami. They have been head set on this kid since the last WBC, and it makes sense. He's a good power bat. I think the Yankees want an international player for their little Japanese community. I think just a culture-wise, that's something they would be interested in. And meanwhile, man, I mean, he slams the ball, and he actually said himself he would love to play for the New York Yankees,
yes.
the only team he's actually publicly said that he wants to play for. So I think it is very possible. And I think we have to dig a little deeper. I don't know too much about him. I could pull up his Japanese stats. I know he hits the ball. He's literally the Japanese Barry Bonds. But he does strike out a good amount of times.
Well, I mean, he is a type similar to Hideki Matsui, and Matsui had excellent success here in his Yankee career. If it wasn't for the injury, to his wrist or whatever later on, but and his knees took a shot. But the dude was clutch. Matsui was clutch with us.
Yeah, Matsui won the 2009 World Series almost by himself.
Oh yeah, him and A-Rod and then you had what was it, Pettit, Burnett, and CC on the mound.
Yeah. You're right. You're right. I look. Celia says I definitely don't think Hal cares as much as about winning. I don't know if you guys remember, but George didn't want Hal to own the team. He wanted his son-in-law to own the team. That's saying something. Well, at that point, Hal had other obligations. Was number one. Number two, the son-in-law. There was a lot of problems with that. And George, he liked controversy.
Yeah.
Different.
Yeah, and then remember it was Hank before it was Hal.
Right.
That was Steve Swindle.
Does anyone know why he's only played 28 games this season, Murakami?
I haven't followed him this year.
He's
I haven't really followed him, but it
only
could
played
be,
28 games this year.
could probably be just injuries.
I hope not. I don't want an injury guy. But I'll give you some stats. So for a few years now, since 2019, he's averaged 29 plus homers. I mean, you got 33, 31, 56, 39, 28 in terms of homer numbers. But if he has an injury history, that might turn me off a little bit. I don't really want an injury-riddled guy. If we're going to give him all this money, I mean, what do we think the contract's going to look like for this guy? Do we think
Well,
he's going to hit 500?
I don't know. I mean, the thing is I don't know if it's injuries or if it's just I don't know what their Japanese schedule, the Nippon
Right.
Professional League is, whether they play it around the same time we do or later. So it's really hard to tell. But also at the same time, if he can just be the guy that has professional at bats all the time and just you know be a slap hitter, like Ichiro and Hideki were. I mean, Hideki he had a little more pop than Ichiro did, definitely, but Hideki he could take the ball the other way. He could slap the ball all over the place.
One
And a lot of people were worried about his strikeout account when he came over.
reason why Murakami hasn't played very much is that he went under an office a right elbow surgery in December, and he had a right upper body discomfort in March. And
we
he
It doesn't sound like something that you would want for the
in
future.
April. So this year has been plagued with a lot of injuries.
But it doesn't seem that doesn't seem like he's injury prone. It just seems like he just had a freak. I don't know, or just his elbow, whatever. I don't know.
We don't listen. If we gotta get contact hitters. I'm tired of seeing these guys that are gonna come and try to break break Judge's chambers out there. Enough of that. Let's get contact hitters.
You know where the best place to get contact hitters is?
Where?
Japan, Korea.
Well,
The Asian market.
Our contact
I
hitters.
feel like a guy like Hai Sung
Hold on.
Kim, not the one that has been playing here for a while, but the one that was signed last year.
Yeah.
That's a slap contact hitter. I don't get it. Just is so stupid to me why he chose to sign with the Dodgers. The guy's a platoon player.
I wanted him on the Yankees.
I thought he would be a good fit.
I thought it would be a good fit on the Yankees.
Okay,
His
Yeah,
numbers
like
are
Young
actually
Holy, too.
really good this season. Really good stuff.
And he could have played third base.
His average is over 300, but just he doesn't play a lot. He's like platooning with guys, which I just don't understand.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why he signed with LA.
Everybody thinks that everybody's signing with LA. Let me tell you something. If they don't win this year, I think the owners are going to lose their minds, and I don't think they are going to win this year. I really don't.
well,
They might not even win that division.
that and their top billionaire in charge of that hedge fund. He's concerned about getting the Lakers
Yep.
transition. So, he's swamped with that. So,
No, I agree. And another thing that I heard from a few stars on TV today in sports, they said, you don't want the Yankees to be in the playoffs, but realistically, if they get a little hot right now, who are you so afraid of that will beat them to a pulp? Nobody.
I mean,
They're good teams, but they're not. There's not like, oh my God, Yankees play them. They'll if the Yankees are the Yankees and just hit a little bit, they shouldn't be afraid of anybody. There's nobody that you could say, oh my God, I don't want to play them. We're going down.
well, and then honestly, we got two twin towers that if both of them are hot and different degrees, but if both of them are hot, swinging a hot bat, and then you got Bellinger who's swinging a hot bat. I mean, pitchers are
Yeah.
gonna be like, "Oh, hold on, I got to pitch a lot of different." But then also, yeah, the Tigers were just on a skid. The Dodgers were just on a skid. The Astros are having a mediocre run here and there. Um, who else? The Mariners. Yeah, they can come back down to earth soon. Um, the Brewers, surprising, have the best record in baseball.
But wait. Before you go into that, and then people start jumping. We're talking about the American League right now. We're not talking about the National League, guys. We're talking about who the Yankees would be afraid of in the American League. The Padres is a different story right
In
now.
the American League, I think it would be the Blue Jays and the Tigers.
Yeah.
Blue Jays,
They
Tigers,
don't
and
scare you like, oh my God, we're going to be playing the big bad Dodgers. They
okay.
can lose 4 in a row too, you know.
The big problem with all of the American League East is only Toronto has the best away record, and they're only 500. Every team except for Toronto has an away record of under 500.
Right. The
People
But
doing
no-
this. Purple Lizard, how you doing, Purple? Don't forget to press the like button and subscribe to the station.
Thank you.
We
Purple.
are on a special time tonight, everyone. There's no Yankee game, but usually what we do is we do a pregame and then we do a postgame after the game, of course. And we have a morning show every morning, 8:30 in the morning. So anybody that's doing the stream, just to let you know, tomorrow morning we will be on at 8:30 a.m. With NY Yankee Mania. So
And-
please press the like button and subscribe.
Also, Joe, if the playoffs were to end right now, I would guess it would either be the Tigers or the Astros in the ALCS. Tigers and Astros.
Yeah, well, I really, and I think that the Yankees can beat them.
Yes, the Yankees
If
can.
we start fresh, and we have a complete bullpen, and everything is aligned, and we get some of these hurt. We know we're not going to get Cole back, but there's no reason why you can't get Cruz back. There's no reason why some of these hitters. I mean, listen, there's another big run in Judge. There has to be. And I still think that we haven't heard the last of Dominguez.
I don't think so
Dominguez
either.
is going to come through.
I also don't. I don't think that there's what's his name? John Carlos not gonna go cold for a while now. And then
Well,
And then, yeah.
he goes up and down. He
well,
can
he
carry
does,
it
but
for 2 weeks.
you know, from September and October, Stantober.
I saw news that the Yankees put out about 6 hours ago. They said today Fernando Cruz and Ryan Yarbrough commencing rehab assignment in AAA Scranton.
Yeah.
No, we mentioned
They're
that in the
starting-
beginning.
They're
Thank you.
starting the pitch, so they can get both those guys back by the end of the month.
And then I think Fried is gonna turn it around, and he's gonna pitch to his ace level.
Yeah, Fried. I think Fried is still recovering from whatever in minor injury he had.
Blister?
before the All-Star break.
Yeah,
That's it. But I think he'll get his command back under control, and then he's gonna give us 6, 7 innings per start,
no,
and probably bring us to
I
the
agree.
eighth a couple times.
For the Yankees to get hot, Judge, Belly, Goldie, and Jazz have to break their slumps.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, yeah. I mean,
Belly hasn't been in a
And
slump.
can we?
I-
Yeah.
Some of you might not be well. Most of us are not old enough to remember what happened in 1978 when the Yankees were down by 14 and went on to win the World Series. So it is possible to be down by a lot in April and still go to the World Series in August.
oh
Hey
yeah, yeah.
Joe, you must have really needed that Bucky Dent, huh?
What was that?
I said you must have really needed Bucky Dent in that '78 run, huh?
Of course, of course. I was praying for them to get him from the White Sox, and they did. I didn't want to go to shortstop with Jim Mason, even though the year before he hit a homer, the only homer in the World Series. But still, no. Dent was a favorite. He was a fan favorite. Jones says, "I don't want Yarborough taking Cam's spot in the rotation. He's not. He's going
No.
He's going to be in the bullpen. Don't
Yeah,
worry."
Lefty relief.
Yarborough will be
There.
in the bullpen.
Oh,
Yeah,
without
Yarbrough will be in our bullpen, and he'll probably be the piggyback for Heel, since Heel is still recovering from the shoulder lat.
Yeah.
Um,
yeah.
but yeah.
Somebody have a radio or TV on or something? It's pretty loud.
Let me go turn it down a little. I was just watching the Guardians game and they won. So
All right. No, sorry about that. It's just coming through the screen pretty loud. Lime Green said, "I just brought a signed Shane Bibby baseball for my son's 15th birthday. He likes the Jays." Okay.
Happy birthday.
Well, I hope
to
he
your
enjoys
son.
it, and hopefully we'll face them in the playoffs. That would be
Well.
fun. That would be fun.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully,
Birthday son.
things will shape out the way it is supposed to. But yeah, I mean, we got Freed, we got Rodon. We just need to figure out who our third starter is going to be come playoff time. But we
I
got
think it'll be
time
Heel.
for that to shape out.
I
Yeah,
think
go
I
ahead.
think Heel. I think it's gonna be Heel. I think he's getting back to his stride, getting back into the groove. I think he'll be the third guy in the rotation.
And then it was Schindler, Cam or Warren for our fourth guy when we had if we get to the
That's
you know,
gonna be tough. I
he has
got
to
to
make
see a little
yes.
bit more. I got to see a little bit more of both of them before I make a decision on that. And I think the Yankees are gonna want to see a little bit more of them too. So, but that's an interesting thought. Who's your pick? And it also depends on the team. If you're facing a fastball team or more of a light, however the team hits. And that is that's a big question. Hey, Yashin, welcome back to the stream. How you doing? And let's see, I can see Cam in the bullpen. No, I don't know about that. Although Cam can be the next Phil Hughes, like Phil Hughes did in 2009, who did a great job in the bullpen.
Maybe if they make the playoff and use a 4-man rotation, that's the only way I see it.
Yeah. Well, the first round, you're going to only need, you're going to need the basically 3 pitches.
Yeah.
You have the day off, so, and second round you're going to need everybody. Hey, Charles, how you doing? Welcome back to the stream.
Alto Cowboy, I think they tried to trade Williams. They never got a deal.
Yeah. I think that's what happens.
Celia says, Richard, the starting rotation has been fairly consistent recently, aside from Freed a little bit. And it's funny, Freed, who was their best pitcher, but there's a reason for this. That blister, I think, is hurting him more than we think.
Yeah,
More
hundred
than
percent.
Well, that and as Boone said, his command has been off since he had that blister, but he'll figure out how to get the command back. Um, but
We
the
got some unhappy Boone people in the comments.
yeah.
We still got
Well, no,
some
what I was
Boone
gonna
haters.
say is, the reason Atlanta let him walk was because of Spencer Strider took over that ace role, and yeah,
Mhm. Well, I don't know. Like I said, it's who knows? Listen,
I mean,
the best thing is are the Yankees going to play for a one-game playoff if they make it? If they, will they play? Will they go in the second wild card, or make a big push to try to take over the Red Sox? You really don't realize how big that series is.
That's an answer you will know in 5 weeks.
yeah.
No question.
Well, I mean, my point though was what I was saying with is that Freed is a he's a proven pitcher. He's a proven elite pitcher. And regardless of whatever real reasons, but I'm glad we got him our thing, and he'll figure out whatever his command struggling, and then like I said, the blisters may be affecting him a little more than he lets on, and others have let on. I mean, we've been gaslit on injuries by the Yankees before, so
You know what, guys? How about we do this? So for all these games so far, let's start. Let's start with the pitching staff. With the pitching staff in a whole, not individually. Where would you rate them? With A being the best, and of course F being the worst. Let's start with Jonathan.
What pitching staff are you talking about?
Yankees.
The Yankees.
Where
Max,
would you rate them? A to F.
well, Max Fried individually.
No, as a whole.
So are we rating the team or
The starting pitching. Rate me what you think the starting pitching has done this year from A to F. That's all I'm asking.
well, most of all, I would probably give them a B for starting pitchers. Probably a B.
Okay, that's a good rating. Sean?
A minus. I mean, they've had to adapt and overcome these injuries to 60% of the what we were expecting to have out of spring training. So yeah, we've had to adapt and overcome. So an A minus.
Okay, so we have that, and we have Lime Green saying C plus. George, you.
I agree with lime green. I'll go with a C plus. No one's really blown me away with the way that Freed has been pitching of lately, so they kind of ruined that. They could have been at a B, but just inconsistency. I think if we just need guys to start going the distance more consistently. Guys got to get deeper into games. While they have looked good, Freed and Rodon, the whole season, no one's really gone over 6, which is what you want out of your aces.
Yeah.
So until they could start doing that, I'm sitting at C plus, like a solid average rotation. I give it, but they're waiting to explode whenever. I mean, if you get them right, if you get Freed right, if you get Rodon right, if you get Heel right, they're ready to go. They're an A minus rotation. That's their ceiling. But right now, they're sitting at a C plus just because of the performance. Having guys like Warren, who's been inconsistent, kind of weighs it down. So that's what I got on them. C plus.
All right, before we go to Evan, Jones says first half B plus, second half C. Evan, you.
Yeah, for me, I would go B minus. We've had a couple of inconsistencies with the rotation. Obviously, some injuries we had to deal with. Also, the pitchers. Beginning of the season, we had pitchers that would go 6 or more innings, but recently we haven't really had that as of this past week. And I would just say B minus because it hasn't been terrible, but at the end of the day, it could be better. The potential could be higher for this rotation for sure.
Purple Lizard says F because Boone is horrible. Okay.
That's not the pitching staff. That is Boone. So
Yeah,
it's a
that's what I said. Rob Saxon says maybe a D. Those starters have eaten those batting practice BP guys up.
Yeah, it would be nice to have a consistent starting pitcher to go 6 innings.
Well, this one's going to be interesting. This one's going to be interesting. The bullpen. In a whole, what would you rate them? A to F. Let's start with George.
The bullpen? Oh, that's a loaded question right there. I mean, you've had inconsistent time with guys like Cruz, who's been on and off. There's been guys like, obviously Devin Williams has been atrocious, and then the new guys like Bednar hasn't been here too long. Duvall hasn't been here too long. Guys like Later haven't been here consistently, so I think I gotta sit with the same thing I gave this rotation, a C plus. Just because there are bright spots, I think adding a guy like David Bednar brings it up. They're close to a B minus. But having Bednar in the back end as the closer is a really good move. Having Duvall as the setup, having Luke Weaver really come back into his own. I mean, he's been pitching really good of late. Don't know why they didn't bring him in last night. But besides that, I'll sit at a C for now. But they do have the potential, just like that rotation, to explode. So we'll see what happens.
Okay, Evan?
Yeah, for the bullpen, I'm going to go with a C here. In the beginning of the year, I thought the bullpen looked good, besides Devin Williams, of course, who had about an 11 ERA. And recently, I think if Boone made some better decisions regarding Devin Williams and some of the new guys that we picked up, I think this bullpen could be potentially at an A. But right now, I don't see it from Aaron Boone, and still some guys are a little bit inconsistent, being misused. We have to see more of Luke Weaver. We have to see more of Tim Hill. Jonathan Loaiza hasn't been good, but overall, I would give it a C.
Okay, Jonathan?
I agree. A C is what I would give them. I think Boone's choices of Williams should always be the setup guy. Williams is not, at least in New York, not a closer. I think it should be much better if there was better decision making by Boone. But the way I can't give them above a C.
Okay, and Sean?
C minus. Too much underperforming and injuries and inconsistencies. I mean, we were rocking in the first half, but then because the starters weren't given all a consistent length, we were overusing the bullpen. And then, you had injuries to the guys that you counted on most. And that was Fernando Cruz. That was Mark Leiter. You had Weaver go down with a hamstring, and then he had a hard time finding it. And then you had Williams doing the John Wetland syndrome. And then, and then with these new guys, the new guys we got on Cashman got on the deadline. They've helped, but it's not. It's too soon to tell whether they fully really helped us, or was it just too much of a problem for them to overcome it.
Okay. And now this one is going to be the real test. You're going to press the like button if you or how you agree. How do you rate Boone? Let's start with Evan.
F.
Boy, that was fast. Why F?
Mismanaging the bullpen, and I know this is not all on him, but inconsistent lineups, not putting guys in the right position to succeed, not playing small ball, not willing to tell the front office to F off. I'm here to make the decisions. I'm the manager of this team. I'm the guy who's going to run the ship, sink or swim. And that's my analysis. I give him an F. Terrible job. Awful.
Jonathan.
I give him an F. I agree with everything that was just said. I think it's the fact that he didn't use spring training to create the right lineup, the mismanaging of the bullpen, the not
Watch the language in the chat, please.
What?
Well, I just was sorry for interrupting. Just watch language in the chat, please.
The chat is the chat. Joe will take care of that. Yes, I know the manager and the players like the manager, but at some point you have to say enough is enough. Even Billy Martin got fired and hired and fired 5 times. If I don't know if George was like this, Billy Martin would have never gotten fired to begin with. He just kept him and yelled at him from behind the television. I don't know. Maybe go
Yeah.
to the dugout during the game and yell at him to his face on the camera. I don't know how things would have been done in the 70s.
Yeah, I don't know.
John?
Oh, a D. Um, yeah, it's just too much. I mean, and then the biggest thing is, and this is where is teetering on the F for me is he he's not holding players accountable.
Yes,
You
and
know,
that
the the front office is going to be the front office, and the big wigs are going to be big wigs. But as a manager, you got players that don't hustle much or they make too many mental miscues, and you sit down. And then you know the problem too was before we he didn't really have much of a depth, so then it was kind of hard to pull someone because you had liability on your bench. Uh, but that doesn't excuse him from not holding players accountable when needed to. He should have benched Wells when Wells made that big blunder. Volpe should have sat after we got, Rosario and a couple others, just to kind of, show the players that, hey, I mean business. But yeah, it's just, and then, he plays with the lineup too much. And you notice that the production from day to day, has been inconsistent. Like, we'll score 9 runs or 12 runs one night, and then we'll barely scratch across 3 the next.
Okay.
So, you know,
And George?
Yeah, I mean, it's just been rough. Do I think he calls all the shots? I do not. But with what he does do, it is bad, man. It is bad. There's just too much confidence in Devin Williams. He doesn't hold players accountable, which is what really makes me mad. Just doesn't hold people accountable. Does not get angry. Show some energy, man. You're the manager of the Yankees. You're the head of the ship in the dugout. You got to show some life. You can't look dead. You can't look emotionless, which is what he looks every single game. You got to have a charge in you. I'm so sick of having him just sit there. He cares when there's a bad strike 3 call, but when Jazz is looking like an idiot at first base, doing that whole stupid tag up on the pop fly, he's silent except he yells at the first base coach. Back in the Tampa series when Wells forgot how many outs there are, he stayed quiet, but when there's a bad strike 3 call, he'll be chirping at the umpire. I just don't get it, man. You got to have some energy. There has to be accountability. You have to hold players accountable. How will they not make the same mistake again? You have to teach him. That's what you have to do. I'm giving him an F. He has poorly managed this team. He is sucking culture out of this team, sucking energy out of this team, and it needs to stop. They need to move on. I don't care if he might be a solid manager, but as a motivator, as a leader, he's nowhere. He's an excuse for a leader that the Yankees need to get out of there.
Okay. Evan?
Oh yeah, I agree 100%. Accountability, discipline, fundamentals, constant mistakes on the base pass, and I think I already said everything else. So, yeah, F.
Wow.
I see someone in the chat. Aaron Boone gets an A plus. Yep, definitely. If we're grading him on a big curve,
Give that guy a contract. Give that guy a contract.
but no,
Right.
I mean, and then the other thing too is he can't just rely on Judge to police the players. Judge is doing all he can.
Yep.
And I know Stan's probably helping that, but the manager's got to step up. I mean, Joe, You remember when Don Zimmer and Joe Torre were running this team, right? During the last dynasty,
Yep.
and you would see times when Don Zimmer would, before the player, let's say, made a mistake, like Paul O'Neill or someone, or something happened, before he even got to the step, Don Zimmer's already there. Before he lets him in the dugout, he's already saying something to him.
Yep.
Then you see them nod the head, got it, and then if they didn't respond, guess what they were doing? They was riding the pine.
I agree. I totally agree. Yeah, that. Well, I wish we could turn back the clock, but unfortunately we can't. You can only watch videos and see exactly what went on, how the Yankees won those championships 3 in a row and all of that. It was just an amazing time, and I always knew that we probably never see this again, and we never have an owner like George Steinbrenner ever again. And but we got to move on, guys. We got to move on. I mean, there are a couple people in the front office that I really don't want there. But of course the Yankee. I mean,
Randy
Bruce
Levine,
likes him. Period.
Randy Levine to start with.
Yeah,
Randy Levine,
yeah.
Oppenheimer,
I
Michael
think
Fishman.
he serves no purpose. He's been with the team for 18,000 years, and I still don't know what he does. What
He's
does
like
he really do?
he's the vice president of the thing, but he's like the financial, the head finance guy or whatever, I guess. But he's
CFO.
like the vice
He's
president.
supposed to get. He's supposed to figure out ways to
Yeah.
make the most money as possible.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah. And listen, again, Yankee decisions. I mean, one thing we know for sure, and if you learn nothing else in this show, they are not going to make wholesale changes. So don't wish, rather they make the playoffs or they don't. Only a few things are going to change because the nucleus they feel, now, whether you feel it or not, that's what they feel. And we have to go with it. We don't have a choice. Next
Well,
spring training, there's not going to be a lot a lot of positions that are going to be managed because they're all there basically. First base, you're probably going to sign in free agency, or of course Bellinger resigns and maybe he goes there, and maybe they put in Dominguez to center field. Maybe I don't know.
I have a feeling that's the direction they will do.
or you're gonna see Ben Rice at first a lot.
So I don't think he's a long term answer.
Yeah.
I don't think Ben Rice is going to be a first base. I just don't
Unless
see
we
it.
get
It wouldn't surprise me if Ben Rice is traded in the offseason.
Ben Ray should be the catcher, starting catcher next year.
he
I
should
agree
be,
with Evan.
but where's he getting majority of his playing time?
He's kind of switching off between first base and catcher. They're seeing where he's best at. But in my opinion, it's catcher. He has a lot of room to grow, and we get that. But
Oh yeah,
with his bat, you got to keep him in the lineup daily. He should be an everyday player.
I agree with you. I agree with you that he is better at catching because that is his more natural position. But
Yeah,
they've given him a lot of run at first base, and I mean, I don't even know if they trust Rumfield, who's the next ready first baseman in our farm system.
I Rumfield should be the next first baseman, and they need to protect him on the 40-man roster. I would definitely protect Rumfield.
Rumfield, yeah.
not only protect him, I like to bring him up and see what he can do.
Yeah, I would do that. You'd have
What
to
are they
make
waiting
room.
for when he's
You have
35
to make
years old?
room. You have to make room for him.
Yeah. Well,
I think he's going to take Goldschmidt's spot after the season.
Do you see us really going hard after Murakami?
No.
no, I don't.
No.
No, they're not going after five. They're not going after 3, 4, $500 million plays. They're not doing
The
it.
Yankee, you have to remember the
Well-
Yankees want to lower payroll. Hal Steinbrenner said himself, you lower payroll. The only way you lower payroll is you use your good rookies and you promote them. You have a minor league system. You have to promote your minor leaguers. That's the only way you're going to lower your payroll.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah. So I mean, I see us next year. You'll probably see the additions of Spencer Jones and T.J. Rumfield.
Yeah.
Well, guys, we got a final here. The Braves again came back and beat the Mets 4-3.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. The Guardians won 9-4. The Nationals beat the Phillies. The Nationals did a number on the Phillies. The Orioles beat the Mariners. Diamondbacks are all over the Rockies. The Twins and Minnesota 3-3 in the top of the 10th with 2 out. So that's
Well,
your scoreboard. Wow, the Met bullpen. You think our bullpen had problems?
Ryan
They
Housley
can't
gave
hold
up
the
fast,
lead.
too.
The Mets might not even make the playoffs of the wild card.
If they keep this up, and I know a couple of people are all waiting for Ben to come back.
No, they cannot trade for Bryce Harper.
No, that ship sailed 4 or 5 years ago.
Harper
Bryce
wanted to be on the Yankees, and the Yankees didn't get him.
Right.
Harper's gonna retire a Philly.
Yeah. He signed a 13-year contract. He's not
Right.
going
Yeah.
anywhere.
He's not going anywhere, and Phillies would get their Philly fanatics would go wild on him if they traded Harper.
Oh, they'll go nuts. They'll go nuts. They'll absolutely. By the way, guys, I don't know if you know it or not, but guess who's playing the Mariners next? Don't
Philly?
look. The Mets.
Oh, the Mets. The Mets, yeah.
Dum. Well, you should know you're going to the game tomorrow.
Yeah. Unfortunately, my brother's a Mets fan, so I kind of got sucked into that, but it's all right. I'll boot Juan Soto for us. That's okay.
How is your brother a Mets fan and you're a Yankee?
I don't know. I honestly, he took after my dad, who was a Yankee fan, and then he turned into a Mets fan, so he went against me.
Well, you're going to see Castillo against Minaya.
At least
Yeah.
I get to see Castillo. He's very good.
So what if
Castillo.
guys, what if the Mets lost 9 out of 10 now or 10 out of 11?
Well,
Something like that.
Yeah,
then-
the Mets. The last 10 of the 2-8. They lost 8 of the last 10.
Wow.
Well, it's as John Sterling says, right? That's baseball, Susie.
Yep.
That's baseball, Susan. Yep.
Yep. And then, did you like your score for Giancarlo? Giancarlo, non si popolato.
Oh yeah,
The Dodgers are probably the more surprising team than the Mets. They lost 4 in a row.
Yeah, and they're getting healthy. Well, you know what it is. Mookie Betts is not having a great year.
Yeah.
yeah.
He's
I also
struggling.
like when he says, "It's a Stantonian home run."
I miss that. You know that John Sterling does a show. Anybody that gets WFAN, he has a show every Saturday afternoon at 4:00 when the Yankees are not, when the Yankees are done playing or whatever. But he's still around. God bless him. What is he? 85 now? 86?
86.
Yeah, he was great. I mean, burn, baby, burn. He's done it again.
I gotta sign off. I'm getting tired.
All right,
All
Jonathan. Have a good night.
Good
And
night.
maybe we'll see you in the morning.
Or
Good
you
night.
remember the Georgie Juiced one? Hip hip Jorge.
Yeah. Yeah, he had some really good ones.
El Capitan. He coined that phrase for Jeter. El Capitan.
Richard said, Joe, if you were the manager for a day and put a hitter up there to hit and struck out, would you be at fault or the hitter?
Depends.
It depends on the situation, Richard. If he's sitting on the bench for 4 hours, I don't know. First of all, no analytics is going to tell me what to do. I have my own mind, and I have my scouts, and that's the way it is. So Yankees don't like it. I don't manage them. I will never manage them. Simply, period, because the analytics. Nobody's going to tell me what to do. And I'm not being thick-headed about it. That's a manager. That's what I'm there for. I'm not there to be a puppet. I'm there to manage. What's an owner? An owner's there to own the team. Is he going to be a puppet? No. I mean,
Well, I mean, who's gonna try and tell the owner what to do?
exactly. So, I mean, hey, listen, it is what it is. But, listen, we got a big 3-game series coming up, guys. Let's do this. Some programming notes, everyone. Remember, tomorrow morning, 8:30, we're going to have coffee, bagels, you name it, and Yankee talk at 8:30 a.m. right here, NY Yankee Mania. Then after that, we will have our pregame show at 4 p.m. And then after that, we're going to go to Ken the Ugly Truth's channel as he calls the play-by-play. And then after that, we come here for the post-game show. So a lot of baseball coming up on Friday. On Sunday, everyone, it's going to be Aaron number 2. He's going to be calling his second game with the Yankees and the Cardinals. Congrats to Evan, and thank you, Ken from The Ugly Truth, for giving us that opportunity. And as long as they're not on Amazon Prime, we have a shot to win the darn game, period. Really, it's going to be a great weekend, guys. It really is. So, guys, we've been on about an hour and 15 minutes now. Let's have some final thoughts. What do you think's coming up? And what would you like to see now from the Yankees this weekend series? Let's start with Sean.
Well, what I would like to see them do is play some. How about let's play past the line? Meaning like just pass the torch the whole time on the line. Just keep the line moving every at bat. And then we just string together some big innings. And then we just keep the pressure, grind out at bats, and and then our starters to give us 6 innings each.
Okay. And of course, there's a "Let's Go Yankees" in there, Sean.
Oh yeah, let's go Yankees. I ride or die.
Thank you, Sean. Hope to see you in the morning, Sean.
Oh yeah, I'll be there.
George, go ahead.
What I want to see is definitely starters going deep. I want to see Fried get back to that first half pitcher we saw earlier this season. I want to see this bullpen hold leads. I want to see this offense string together professional at-bats. You got to grind out these starters, grind out these bullpen arms. You can't go down 1, 2, 3 like Jazz just swinging out of his shoes, trying to send a ball into orbit. You have to stay true to yourself. You have to play smart baseball, situational baseball. You have to have good defense all around, be really strong with the glove. And let's just hope they could get a sweep, man. This isn't the strongest team in the MLB, the Cardinals. They're a little sneaky here and there, but I think we are the better team. We should sweep them. I'm excited for this one, Joe, and let's just hope we get a good one. Let's go, Yankees.
Oh, yeah, that's it. That's cool. Okay, Evan, it's all yours.
Yeah, I agree with what Sean and George had to say. And we need to play small ball, and we need to see the starters go deep into these games. The Cardinals are right at 500, 61-61 on the year. I think they are a little bit underrated because they do have some young players with a lot of potential. So it's not going to be an easy series for us. I think historically we also struggle in St. Louis. But yeah, we need to play well, at least hopefully win 2 out of 3 as we have 2 of our best starters going, and Fried and Will Warren are pitching, but not Rodon. So, but otherwise, they need to provide good quality starts, need to play small ball, and we need to win this series. So let's go Yankees.
Okay. All right. I want to say a couple of things to some of the people, a couple of people in the chat. Bronx Bomber, you say Joe, you keep telling us to deal with it. You deal with it too, Joe. You're a Yankee fan like us, 100,000%. But you got to be realistic. We know that things are not going to change. So what are you supposed to do? Not watch them? Be mad all the time? You deal with it, right? What can you do? But hope and pray that things change. So I'm just saying, as they say, the ugly truth, that's what it is. Do I like it? No. I'm the first one that says that take the analytic department and I break all those, or every one of those computers. Feel bad for the people behind them, but I don't want analytics. I want scouts. I want to use the old noodle. We don't use our brains anymore. That's the problem in baseball. And that is ridiculous. You should have a choice. And it hasn't worked for the Yankees. Yeah, maybe they've been in the World Series, okay, but it hasn't worked. And that doesn't mean that I'm agreeing with everything. Of course, I'm not agreeing with anything. But you have to be a little realistic here. We don't have a choice. I want the same things you guys do. We want to win. We want to get base hits. We want to go from first to third. We want a guy to score from third base. It's not happening. Is that Boone's fault? I mean, maybe they could have bunted, but a lot of circumstances, he's not going to do it because what are you going to do? Are you going to ask Giancarlo Stanton to bunt? Are you going to ask Judge to bunt? It's not going to happen. There are certain ways that he could have Volpe bunt. Sometimes Chaz, but Chaz is trying to hit the ball 900 miles. How can you expect him to? He does bunt once in a while, but you can't expect it. Yankees aren't a bunting team. Look at them; they're big boys. And the only little guy is really Anthony Volpe.
Well, we know they have the potential. We know they have the talent to do it. It's about doing those little things. It's about, we can play small ball. We can win games like this. It's about using these different intricacies that we should be able to use to our advanced.
And Dennis, thank you so much for being in the stream. I really value your opinion, but as I've been saying, and every creator and every person, Yankee man, Yankee land, the Yankees would have never signed Soto. The Mets were not going to be denied. That was one player that it just wasn't going to happen. He was going to sign 5 minutes in right before, and the Met owner called up Soto and said, "We'll give you a plane. We'll give you a suite. We'll give you more money. We'll give you a signing bonus. We'll give you money for mom to travel back and forth to Citi Field." And he took it. What do you want the Yankees to do? If they don't give Derek Jeter a suite, why should this guy get a suite? Mariano Rivera could have called his own shot. He never got it. Nobody got it. What makes the guy that comes in for 1 year, helps us get into the World Series, and he rules the New York Yankees? That's a slap in the face to Aaron Judge. Not going to happen. This thing that we $740 million, $50 million they offered the guy. He didn't want it. He wanted, if they did 750, he wanted 751. Listen to his comments about the All-Star game. He was pissed because he couldn't make $100,000. The man's making $52 million a year. Give me a break. The Yankees couldn't have done anything more. If they told him, okay, Juan, $800 million, the Mets would go 810. The Yankees win $1 billion. the Mets will go $1.1 billion. They can do it. They can do anything they want. This is the player they wanted. They were not going to be denied. Not. They would have gave him Citi Field if they had to. And that's the last. I'm sick and tired of hearing Juan Soto should have been he should have been a Yankee. He didn't want to be here. He did not want to be here. He wanted the money. If Tampa Bay gave him $1 billion, he'd go there. I mean, it's just common knowledge. You can't blame Hal. He was giving the man over $700 million. Nobody's worth that money. Nobody. And I'm all for you making every dollar you can. But $700 and $800 million? Ridiculous. Ridiculous. It's unheard of. For a man to swing, to hit a ball, a kid's little game. They got to thank their lucky stars. There's 745 players that are very lucky, and 25,000 every year that can't make it. So I am going to defend the Yankees and any other team because nobody was going to deny the Mets, period. And you can go to the bank with anything. Anybody's going to tell you that. But anyway, guys, so like I said, tomorrow morning we do come back with Yankee Talk in the morning. And let's have a great weekend. I hope everybody has a lot of good plans, some barbecues, some going out with family, going to the ballpark maybe. Who knows? But I want you to have a great time. Thank you for joining us, everyone. As you're going out, please press the subscribe button and the like button. Also, there is another comment about our show this afternoon. Unfortunately, because of the way that my stream here was frozen, it was so bad the tape did not go through. Unfortunately, the show was not taped. I did not know that. At that point, I was worried about the stream, and I was doing everything possible on the phone with StreamYard, on the phone with the cable company. I did not go look at the video. It unfortunately did not. But the good thing is, I spoke to Katharina afterwards, and she's going to come back for everyone. And she's very happy to come back, and she's going to come back for us very, very soon. So look for that, everyone. We're going to get another chance. She did a great job. I know most of you heard it, but some of us didn't. And unfortunately, there's no tape.
Well,
but I tried to find it. It's not there. I sent a memo to StreamYard, and I'm waiting for an answer.
well, you can't control the weather. None of us can.
There's nothing. Unfortunately, there's nothing. I know. Dennis, believe me, it hurts my heart. It was a very good stream, thanks to Nathan and Evan. But my mind was on getting the right thing for you guys, and it just wasn't happening. But we made it through all the way to the end. But there's going to be another stream with her, and then you'll be hopefully see it live, and it'll be on the video. That I can promise you guys. With that in mind, everyone, thank you so much for spending a little over an hour with us on a Thursday night when the Yankees are off. And tomorrow we start it all over again, the start of a beautiful weekend. So thank you, everyone. Love you all, each and every one. As you're going out, the like button and subscribe, real important for us. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 8:30. Good night, everyone. God bless you all. God bless America. Let's go, Yankees. Good night, everyone.